In this video, I would like to talk about the indie horror game titled FromTheDarkness. If you haven't played it yet, I totally recommend it. I'm not a big fan of indie horror games myself, but this one was one of the few exceptions. Let's explore the elements that make this horror game so effective. I really like the fear of something that you know is there, or that you can even see in front of you, but instead of striking, it is just there, waiting, staring. The question arises, what is it waiting for? Then the mind is starting to fill the blanks. Another technique this game utilizes is the fear of humanoid entities staring back at you. Creatures that you can understand whether they're eager to attack you or just stare at you out of curiosity. They're just part of that environment, and that environment is not to be understood by the human brain. Neither are those creatures. But what is that environment really? Now, allow me to offer my interpretation of the situation. This block is an in-between of our world and another Hellraiser or Event Horizon type of realm. Two worlds that inhabit one space. To me, this is the perfect use of the liminal space concept in horror. A space where the normal comes in terms and even co-lives with the paranormal. The protagonist is now stuck in this place, alone by himself and these creatures. Come to think of it, maybe those entities weren't even against him. Perhaps they were trying to help him, and to let him know, even though they can't speak to him directly, that you're stuck here and we're your only company. They're constantly offering him instructions and helping him to escape. This dimension can be an entity itself, a living organism. It can also have Silent Hill type qualities. In that case, it's an autonomous entity with its own intelligence and agenda, but it's also shaped by the subconscious of the protagonist. Now the ending. It was one of those endings that I knew what was coming. I knew there wouldn't be any jump scares, nothing of sort. It would be the realization that he was now stuck in another reality, another plane of existence, no way out. And this house he was trying to escape was actually his only safe harbor, the last frontier of normalcy, the last thing that connects him with our world. The protagonist is changing too, as we see in his reflection in the mirror, and at some point his reflection is missing. My understanding is that gradually he becomes a part of this dimension, and his presence fades from our world. Now, a few things that are worth mentioning. The moment with the giant humanoid entity just being right behind you and staring. Very crafty. It is not attacking or anything, just staring. For what? Is the struggle of the protagonist so fascinating? At that point, you can't even call it a jump scare, more like a sudden appearance. Now my favorite? The moments where the red sun is glowing through the windows with an intense ambient. To me, this is the peak of the tension in this game. There's an otherworldliness. There's an awe. What I didn't like. I would like something different for a title. I would like something that reflects the key horror element. That someone or something is there, waiting. Something like, it is waiting in the darkness. And that was it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to like, share and subscribe. I'm Konrad Schmidt. I'm a writer looking for representation for my horror, post-apocalyptic, dark fantasy manuscript, and I'll see you in the next video.